I have some garden chores to tend to today, but I wanted to take you guys with me for a little chat. There's a lot of stuff going on right now, and I have some background with some of this stuff that I can help with it. I try to stay out of political stuff because what I do isn't supposed to be about politics. It's about people having access to food and knowing how to grow it and how to serve it and share it with their families and their communities, because I think it's really important. I come from a food advocacy background. My friend is a social worker who started a program nearby where I live to help people. I'm getting the eggs. Oh, they're still warm. To help people get access to food. She would rescue food from the farmers at the farm market and grocery stores in the area, and they would take that food into some of the vulnerable neighborhoods. And a vulnerable neighborhood is the PC way of saying a food desert. I come from an area that's kind of like a food desert. Oh, do they need food? Yeah, they probably do. Where I'm from, it's a small town. I don't know what the population is. It's considered a village. The grocery store there closed, I don't know how many years ago. In fact, I didn't even know that until I went home recently. And my father was the one that, My father was the one that pointed this out to me, and I hadn't even thought of this. Without the grocery store there, the closest grocery store for anybody to get to in that area, sorry, I've got their cover on, is like 20 minutes away. They have to go to one of the neighboring towns where there is a little, I think it's a P&C, at least that's what it used to be. I don't know, it's been a long time since I've been there. Or they have to go down the road 10 or 15 minutes away, and I don't even know if that grocery store is still there. I have no idea. So these people have to go at least 20 minutes to get to a grocery store. What do you do if you don't have transportation? This is an area that doesn't have a bunch of bus routes running. It's country, it's rural, it's got cows and corn. These folks may not have transportation to get to a good grocery store. So that's going to bring me to talking about SNAP benefits. And again, I'm going to try to stay away from the politics of this right now because I'm very cautious around that because of what I do. I don't want to cater to one segment of people because for me, that's not what it's about. It's about everyone. Everyone knowing how to do this. Everyone. So please hear me from my heart, not from a combative place, but take this as learning. Please, please. I'm seriously, I'm begging you guys. I told you about where I'm from because what's happening with SNAP benefits, there's a lot of conversations around people abusing it, people using it for what they want. And I'm not here to argue that there is sometimes abuse. There is. I've seen it. I've witnessed it. And it's usually not from the people you think it is. There is abuse sometimes. I get that. Most of the time, though, people are not abusing it. One of the memes that is going around right now that I'm having a really hard time with is that people are speaking out about what people can use SNAP benefits for. Again, hear me when I say I grow my own food because I know it's healthier. I know that that is a better way to live. It keeps me away from the doctor. It keeps my body nourished. It keeps my soul nourished. You know, there's so many reasons. And with that, I say, leave people SNAP benefits alone. Let them buy what they want. But here's why. Imagine you're a mom with 4 kids. Say you're in the town that I came from. You don't have a car. And let's say you don't have anybody that can maybe run you or it's going to take a week for you to get to the store. So they have access to a Dollar General now. I think that's really all there is in town. But if you've got a family to feed, how do you say that SNAP benefits can't be used for processed foods? I'm not saying I like this. Please hear that. I don't like that that's people's only option. But it may be their only option. So if you take that away from them and force them to only buy, say, fresh fruits and vegetables, they could starve. You can't do that. You literally can't do that. And what people spend those benefits on is none of our business. I know we want to make it our business because we think there's all this fraud and abuse. I get it. Guys, I am someone who wants everyone to be truthful, honest, and at the standard they're supposed to be. Like, I don't like fraud and abuse. I don't like crime. I don't like any of that. This is one of those areas where, like, it's none of our business what a family is making for their family to get by. And it could be temporary. It could be just that they're on benefits for, say, a month while they're laid off or whatever. It doesn't mean they're just subsisting on it. Now, there are some that might, but for the most part, that is not the case. So when it comes to benefits of this nature, I'm just asking people to please consider some of these situations where if you were to change the way SNAP benefits can pay out for groceries and such, just think about what that looks like for those folks that it impacts. And it may not impact you where you are. If you live in a city and you have transportation like a bus or anything like that, or it's in walking distance, then that may not affect you. But there are areas of the country where that's not the case. I just wanted to share that with you guys, at least on that point. And there's other things we could talk about around this too. But for now, I'm going to stop right there and we'll save, I think, the next conversation. Oh, I found this very interesting. So where I'm from in New York, apparently that is where food stamps, because that's what these programs used to be. They were literally like a paper that you could turn in. The grocery store could get reimbursed for this, this little ticket or coupon or whatever you want to call it. So they literally were like food stamps. And I don't know if a lot of people know that, but while I was looking up some of this information, it was actually Rochester, New York that sort of started this program. I had no idea. I went to college right near Rochester, New York. Like Rochester's maybe an hour from where my parents are. And that's the area that I grew up in. I was kind of like, oh, I had no idea that came from Rochester, New York. So if I can find that reference, it might have been just Wikipedia. I'll have to drop it below, but I don't know the specifics. I think it was they started it and then it started to grow, and who knows, maybe stuff like that started because people don't have access where I'm from. So anyway, I love you guys. Please just take this as a learning opportunity, and if you don't want to follow me for talking about this stuff, that's fine. I hope that you don't, though. I hope that you stick with me. Let's have conversations. I've been wanting to start conversations around some of this stuff for a very long time, but when I started it around the chicken feed fiasco, people got irate with me. They thought I was being dismissive. I'm not ever trying to be dismissive. And sometimes I might giggle or something because I'm nervous about talking about it because I don't like uncomfortable things. I don't like sitting on one side and then having people come at me and call me names, which happened a lot yesterday. I got called the R word. I got called a snowflake. I've been told all kinds of things. This isn't about any of that. Please stop that. And please start having conversations. Stick around. Let's have some conversations and let's try to talk through some of this stuff. I want to be a space where we can disagree. It is okay. But if I present you with some facts, please don't then attack me. That is not what this space is for. The space is for conversations so that we can all understand our entire community better and understand each other better. So anyway, love you guys. Hope you can get out in the gardens today. And if you're like me, go feed your brats.